Welcome to Access Training Lesson 13. In today's lesson, we're going to use the query wizard to find duplicates. Alright, we're then going to create queries to separate the information in the table. So we're going to have one table that's going to have the loan information. We're then going to have another table that has the customer's information. What we're going to find out is that the customers has duplicates and we do not want duplicates. So what we're then going to do is we're going to use the group by to remove the duplicates, and then we're going to convert those queries into make table queries to separate the data. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start looking at what we want to do first, and that's create a, so I'm on create already, and we're going to do a query wizard. And when we do the wizard here, you're going to see we have two options. We can find duplicates, or we can find unmatched. So we want the duplicates, and we want the loan table, and the one we want to find is customer ID. So we're going to go next, and at this point we want all the fields in there, and we want to view the results, and it's going to find duplicate for loan tables. That's a perfectly good title, so we're going to say finish. Oop. Now what I need to do, oh yes, it found all the duplicates in our table. Alright, you can see that we have Dale Block has 4 loans, Red Duck has 3, and Frank Las Vegas has 2. Alright, so at this point we know what our duplicates are. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and close that. And here's our file. If I need to run it again, there it is. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on loan table. I'm going to create from query design. And the first table I'm going to work with, I mean not the first table, but the first table I'm going to create is the customer ID. Alright, so I'm going to look over here and say, what do I need from this table? Customer ID. We're going to need first name, last name, city, state, and we're going to keep scrolling down. We're going to get zip, phone number, email. Oh, we'll try email again. Click on email. Oh no, we got it. And then birth date's the last one. Should be, but we'll double check. Yes, so that's all we want. We're just going to view it real quick. And you're going to see that when we do this, you got duplicates in here. But it's got the information we want. The customer ID, the last name, the city, the state, the zip, the phone number, the email, and the birth date. Alright, now if I come back in here and go to view design, and I click up here where it says totals, when I do that, it's going to add a total here. Alright, and you'll notice that it groups by, and I can do sum, so I can do a sum, I can sum a column, I can average a column, I can total it, maximize it. Alright, and we may use some of these later on, but we're going to do a group by, customer ID, last name, and I think I forgot first name here, so I want to make sure I get first name. There it is. So now what I'm going to do here, so now I have that in place where I want it. Alright, and if I view this now, I now have 11 records. Alright, I have 11 records on there, and you can see now I have Del Block, Frank Las Vegas, and Red Duck. Those were my duplicates. Alright, but what I'm going to do is make a few changes here. it's going to keep all them grouped by. All right, so this is the one I'm going to use to create my customer. So I'm going to save this, and I'm going to call this customer table. No space, yep. And now what I'm going to do is create another one and query design, and I'm going to do the loan table again. So got that. Now what I want to do is go down and get the loan information, but I do want, after I get the loan ID, and I'll go ahead and click the loan ID, I'll double click it. Okay, now I'm going to go up to customer ID because I do need the customer ID here. So we'll scroll up, and now we'll go down and get the rest of the loan information. So we need loan type, loan description, loan amount, loan date. Alright, and that's all our loan information. So we will view, and you can see now we have the loan ID, the customer ID. Alright, so we have all of that created. We're now going to back, because we did this, we're now going to go back to design view, and we're going to call this one loan table. So we'll do a save, loan table, no space. So it should be alright with that when I hit say OK. And there it is. Even though we have another loan table here, there's a space in there, and this is a query anyways. So now we're going to convert this into a make table query, and we're going to call it, we'll call it loan info, and it's a current database. I can send it over to another database. I can also drop down to see if I have any options. So I could send it right back to loan table. So the very first time I create this, I can just do an update for new records. Okay, so we're going to tell it OK. And we're going to now run it. And there is my loan info. So I'll double click that just to show you. And there it is, the 18 records. I'm then going to go back to my customer table query. I'm then going to hit query design. I want make table. Alright, it's going to be customer table, no space. Okay, and here again I can, got customer table there, I can run it. Okay, wait a minute. I did a make table. And here's my customer table, so when I click on it, I now have 11 records inside my customer table. Alright, we'll save this. Okay, let's Alright, so I got all my tables closed, right? Okay, we're not going to worry about that one right now. But what we're going to do is we're going to click on home here and database tools, and we're going to make sure we get a relationship here between customer table. So we'll click on customer table and loan table. I'm sorry, not loan table, loan info. So we'll delete this here. So we'll hit delete on the keyboard, and then we'll do loan info. Alright, and we're just going to grab customer. Customer ID to customer ID. We've now created that relationship. So now those two are tied. And one other thing we probably should do is open up our customer table. And we're going to go to design. And in here we're going to make customer ID the primary key so it's unique. It'll tell us to save it. We saved it. We'll go to loan info and we'll go to design and we'll make that the primary key. Alright. So now that when I view it, you're going to see that this is now the primary key and there is a relationship between them. Alright. So we have taken a spreadsheet and we're able to split out the information in that spreadsheet and create ourselves two new tables. Alright, that's the end of lesson 13.